Today's topic is the iSyncBrain QEG normative database. iSyncBrain is the first ever sex-classified QEG normative database based QEG analysis. I will give you the information of the QEG first ever sex-classified normative database. The first ever sex-classified normative database is established through the Korean Standard Reference System. Korean government having the Korean constitutional law operate say that the country should government should operate the standard reference system. The standard reference is basically the standard data. Our country is very strong in the semiconductor industry and steel industry, and also in the ship. I don't know exactly the word. The ship making industry. That all kind of that semiconductor and automobile and steel industry is very strong in Korea since 20 or 30 years ago. That kind of strong industry based on the standard reference data. We build the standard reference data on the material aspect of the steel or semiconductor or the automobile. And then many companies share that kind of standard reference data to build the product. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, Korean government think about the health data is also very important. So the Seoul National University actually designated as the Korean Standard Reference EEG Data Center. So using that Korean Standard Reference Data System, we established the reference database of the 1,300 carefully selected healthy people divided by age and gender. It took 8 years to collect all this healthy normal data, not just healthy data. Usually, normal data, community normal is defined by the no history of the neurological and psychiatric disorder, but we went through all this community normal population to this kind of normalcy assessment. And finally, we have the 1,289 healthy normal population. This population is divided by the male and female, and all the process is described in this paper in Frontier in Neuroscience. The basic normalcy process at a glance, as you see, the infant group and child and adolescent group and adult group, and the adult group, the age is 50 years above. Each age group, we used a different evaluation test. In the cognitive functional test, we used the K-WIPC test for the infant group and the child and adolescent and adult group. And we used the CNS vital sign basically. And over the 50 years old, we added the MMSE score for finding the healthy normal population. In the emotional evaluation test for the infant group, we used the KCBCL for this age band, and also for the child and adolescent, we used the STAI, KYZ battery for the anxiety. And the anxiety is the state anxiety and trait anxiety, and also the depression for the depression scale for this age, KCDI, and also BDI for the adult. And the behavioral evaluation test, we used the KCBCL for this age band, and the child and adolescents, another KCBCL for this age band, and the adult expert evaluation is added. These three domains of the normalcy progress will define the healthy normal population. This is the more detailed information for the K-WIPC for the infant. There is a block maze, picture, vocabulary, and similarity, and this is span. This is for the infant and the child and adolescent. The CNS vital sign comprised of the symbol digit coding, reasoning, shift attention test, verbal memory test, immediate recall and delayed recall, visual memory test, immediate and delayed recall. This is the same, and the other two group, over the 50 years old, we added MMSE. The exclusion criteria, as you see here, among this measure, one measure is the percentile is less than 2%, or three measure is less than 7 percentile, then the subject excluded. And also in the CNS vital sign, there is a 5 different measure in the CNS vital sign. One measure is the percentile less than 2 percentile, then or the 3 out of 5 tests less than 7 percentile that we rejected, excluded as from the healthy normal population. And this is the same, but MMSE is added. This is the cognitive functional normalcy criteria in the cognitive function. And the emotional function, we use the depression. For the infant, we use the KCBCL 1.5 to 5 using this test questionnaire. And the exclusion criteria is over, as you can see, depression or anxiety scale is over 98 percentile is excluded. And the children and adolescent, the state anxiety, trait anxiety, and depression, and also the adult range, the state STA, the same state anxiety, trait anxiety, but the depression scale is BDI. Child depression and back depression inventory. The one of three is high risk group is rejected, excluded, and 2 or more at risk group is also rejected. And the behavioral domain, we use the KCBCL for using the expert evaluation, we excluded further. Using this kind of normalcy criteria, we found our database is 2 different versions. One version is 2.1, the other is 3.0. You can see the first, the blue is male, the red is female. As you can see here, the data of the male subject in this adult population are a little bit low compared to the female. So the male subject usually is not participating so much. And also the 18 years old is very small here. And this is the first data 2.1 database. The total population of the health normal is the 1,050, but we actually aging is also development, and aging is very important to area. So we need to collect the aging population more. And also we added in this child and adolescent group a little bit more. So finally, we have this kind of 1,289 healthy normal subject. This is the demographic. You can see here, 18 years is very difficult to recruit because this is the high school. Third grade of the high school is for the preparation of the university. So it is very difficult to collect this age. The process of normative database development, as you see here, the first denoising by expert. And we go through the expert denoising like this, and then make the picture, the sensor level picture and source level picture. And For making a normative database, this distribution check is important one. Sometimes I have to add some kind of more explanation in this chart. We start the 23 age group, as you can see here, 4, 5, 6, each age in the child and adolescent. In the adult group, as you can see, 5 years, each group having the 5 years age band. We have the 23 age group in the first. So the child and adolescents very rapid developmental change. So we recruit the data in each male and female in every year age band, but in the adult population, as you can see here, adult population, we use the 5 years age band like this. In the normative database development, the distribution check of the every age band is very important. So we use the age band in the normative database 2.1, but in the 3.0, we used another approach. Actually, the distribution check is the Gaussian distribution. Gaussian distribution, if the distribution of the specific age group is not Gaussian, we need to transform some kind of log transform we apply, and then we can make the Gaussian distribution, and then remove the outlier and rebuild the normative database. It's the process of the normative development. I briefly mentioned the history of the QE normative database. Start from the go back to the 1973. The 1973, the Swedish children database from age 6 to 16 was first developed. The Peterson and Murtasek first developed this kind of Swedish database, it's solid line. And then after the Swedish normative database for the child and adolescent, the New York University E. Loizan group replicate the first child and adolescent normative database like this. Their data is quite identical, as you can see here. This shows the delta band, as you can see here, parietal, occipital, central, temporal, frontotemporal. The delta relative power decrease very linearly, and also theta is decreased linearly, and alpha increase linearly like this, and the beta increase linearly like this. Actually, this is the linear regression model in that time. And after New York database, the NeuroGuide is developed, and also the iMed is developed, and then the Quiz Pro is developed. Finally, our database is developed like this. In this developmental curve is a little bit different from this relative power linear regression model. This is the absolute power. Absolute power is more complex compared to the relative power like this. The delta. This is the nonlinear regression model using the general adaptive model is quite continuous developmental equation for the delta band and theta band and alpha band and beta band. As you can see, this kind of perturbation in this child and adolescent age. And this is the normative database in the iSyncBrain. And you can see the red and blue is the male database and female database. I can give you the more information of this process in the next page. Here, this is the general adaptive model using the as you can see here, spline and nonlinear regression is the modern regression method can having this kind of continuous developmental equation for the delta and theta and alpha and beta. And each age we can find the average value and the 95% confidence interval in each age, and then we can find the distribution check, and then we can use the Gaussian log transformation for the Gaussian distribution, and then finally we have the mean value and the standard deviation in each age. That's the normative database of the iSyncBrain 3.0 or version 3.0. So using this kind of continuous developmental equation, you can find more exact standard mean and standard deviation in each age and each gender. That's the quiz standardization method we applied. This is more well described in the paper.
As shown in the figure, the alpha peak
sorry. I need to
frequency.
So the male and female difference, as you can see here, you can see the important thing is delta is decreased as we develop, theta is decreased. This is the absolute power. And you can see the alpha decrease like this. The alpha decrease is kind of the aging process. As you can see, the female and male is quite different. Male is decreasing more rapidly compared to the female. Alpha is developed in the age of the around 10. Actually from age 4, alpha start, and age 14, alpha develop as a 10 frequency of the 10 hertz. But this kind of the alpha power decreasing is kind of aging process. The male is more rapidly lose the alpha power, as you can see here, and beta power is more strong in the female group. This is the male and female difference, and we can also see this kind of similar picture in similar picture here in the alpha peak frequency. You can see the alpha develop the 10 hertz like this, and then the male is rapidly decline the alpha peak, lose the alpha peak frequency. The alpha peak frequency is basically information processing speed. This kind of changes means the male is more likely to develop the cognitive problem. In this, this is the male and female difference. And also, I can show this slide. As you can see here, this is the male and female difference in the age over 70 years old. This is the result of the iSyncBrain group statistics. We compare the female group and male group in the beta 2 band. The group selected the age over 70 years old in the normative library. And you can see here, the beta 2 band is very strong in the female and compared to the male. And also the local source level connectivity shows the male is more larger connectivity in the beta 2 band. So beta 2 band is also important brain rhythm. So in terms of beta 2, in the beta 2 band, the male usually having the very strong power in the left brain, and also in the left hemisphere, the female is more strong connectivity in the beta 2 band. So this is the example exemplar demonstration of the male and female difference. I think this could be related to the language performance, some language behavior of the female. It is my assumption. And this kind of difference, we need to do the sex classified database for more exact health normal comparison. This is the source level distribution. Some people can already saw this male and female group difference, but it is very interesting one. You can see the video. This is the male and female difference. This is the significant different area. You can see the delta. The first we use this kind of age group in the first normative database, version 2.0, but 3.0, we don't use this kind of age group now, the continuous age group using the nonlinear model. So here you can see the set, now you can see the theta band, in the theta band, male and female difference, the significant different area like this. So basically, in the history of the normative database, the basic, the QEASY database is culture-free. The African or Caucasian, the Asian, there is no significant difference between the cultural population, among the cultural population, but the male and female is quite different like this. In the alpha band, age group, in the age group, in the alpha 2 band, usually alpha 1 is developing at the age 4 to 6, and then alpha 2 develop. And also in the aging population, they start to lose the alpha 2 band, and then finally they lose the alpha 1 band, go to the dementia. That alpha 2, alpha 1 is very important brain frequency band, EEG frequency band. And this is the beta 1. There are significant difference in the source level like this. As you can see, beta 2 band is very different in the age groups 23. In all the population, the beta 3 is very high in the female group compared to the male group. Beta 3 is a little bit similar. The old population shows a large difference between male and female. Yeah, this is the male and female group difference between in the source level power, and then we can. I already described the process of the normative database development. Now I just mentioned. I will describe the normative database comparison process. In the normative database comparison process, we apply the AI denoising. Sometimes we need to add manual denoising. Basically, in the iSyncBrain, the FDA software medical device, we give the AI denoising, and then AI denoising like this. This is the basically same process, but the determine the artifact component is done by AI in the comparison process. We use the manual expert denoising in the normative database development, but the comparison in the iSyncBrain service, the AI detect the artifact component, but sometimes we need to add the manual denoising too. This is the process of the bandpass filter and bad epoch rejection, and then Amica, and then artifact component rejection, and finally bad epoch rejection. This is the we do the two different bad epoch rejection first. In the first rejection and the remaining bad epoch rejection, two different bad epoch rejection, and the first bad epoch rejection we apply the Amica. So this combination of the non-stationary artifact rejection and stationary artifact rejection makes the usually makes the clean data. Using that kind of automatic clean data, we apply the picture extraction process and then normative comparison, and finally color coding is the iSyncBrain normative database comparison process.
Can I ask you a quick question, Dr. Kim?
Yes.
For that first bad epoch rejection, how are we labeling a bad epoch? Is it power-based?
The post bad epoch rejection, we use the special algorithm for the basically each frequency band has the normal range of oscillation in the EEG, in every EEG, but some epoch having the abnormal standard deviation activity of the activity, then we can cut out and reject before the Amica. That's the post bad epoch rejection, and using that kind of the post bad epoch rejection based on the each frequency oscillation level, we can do the good ICA process.
Thank you.
Basically, standard deviation based bad epoch rejection. That's the very well established machine learning algorithm. And ICA also very well established machine learning algorithm. And the Amica is most efficient independent component analysis algorithm. So we adapt most advanced machine learning to different kind of machine learning algorithm for the non-stationary noise and stationary noise. And finally, we further removed some kind of drowsiness and some kind of remaining bad epoch to make a clean data. And after making the clean data, we apply each age. I already explained this kind of continuous developmental equation in each picture in the sensor level and source level, and all the age band having the Gaussian, all the continuous age having the Gaussian distribution. So using that Gaussian distribution, we apply we can find the mean and standard deviation in each Gaussian distribution in each continuous age band, continuous age, and then we found the G-score, and we can. This is the individual analysis data, and applying the normative comparison, we can find this kind of normative comparison result. This is the 11 years old ADHD child, and he has the frontal theta, and he also has the alpha frequency in the alpha 1 band, and the mu rhythm in alpha 2 band. And this is the individual analysis before normative comparison. And then we apply the normative comparison like this, then we can find this. He shows a lot of central or frontal theta excess and mu rhythm excess, and also he also has a lot of beta activity like this. in the individual analysis, you cannot find this is the abnormal one, but you can see here, this beta 3 is also quite abnormal. So that individual analysis is not always, is not giving all the information, but normative comparison, we can find he has a problem in theta, alpha, and also in the beta 3 band, with the beta 2 and gamma 2. And another interesting thing, if this is the normative comparison, he actually, the biological age is the 11 years old. We applied the 18 years old normative comparison. He shows the overall frequency band as showing this kind of strong abnormality. So the exact age is very important for the child and adolescent age group, and male and female is also very important. I will show you that in the following page. And this is the absolute power and relative power. This case is the 7 years old. The 7 years old male child. You can see he has a strong delta, zeta, alpha activity in the back, and the strong beta activity, especially in the beta 3 band in the front. And this is the absolute power, and relative power are a little bit complex. But using this individual analysis, we cannot quantitatively measure the abnormality. But after applying the normative comparison, this in the absolute power, we only find we can find the beta 2 excess in the frontal and beta 3 excess global. That's the problem for this child. And also in the relative power showing the very similar Cisco map in this case. Sometimes the absolute power usually have a lot of deviation compared to the relative power, because the relative power, all the relative power is 0 to 100%, but absolute power is no limit, has no limit. So it is more absolute power usually showing a lot of deviance. So sometimes the absolute power all black or all red, but the relative power giving us the good resolution to what area is the problem. In this case, the beta 3 is the problem, but in this case, we can see especially these two areas showing a lot of problem in the beta 3. We can see actually in the raw data, beta 3 shows a lot of strong beta spindle activity in this child. Another important process is source level analysis. We use the S-Loretta source analysis. Basically, the source level, in the sensor level, we only have the 19 oscillation. In the source level, we have the 18,008 voxels. There are a lot of voxels here. And each 18,006 voxel has we can calculate mathematically the oscillation of this oscillation in each 18,006 voxels, and then we use this kind of Descant-Kiliani atlas. Descant-Kiliani atlas is kind of the world atlas. So we segregate segregate this area with this kind of 68 ROI, and then we can find the ROI level oscillation too. So using the voxel level activity, we can make the normative database too, and for the connectivity, we use the ROI level oscillation. ROI level oscillation, we have the 68 oscillation, and then we can compare two different time series to calculate the connectivity between the ROI. And we define the ROI. We define basically using this ROI and using this number of the pixel. And also we applied the Colin 27 head model. And that's the basic source level structure of iSyncBrain source analysis. And for making this kind of oscillation from the 19 channel sub-sensor level oscillation, we need to develop the read field matrix to find the inverse solution. The inverse solution means the calculate the source level activation, source level time series from the sensor level time series. That's the inverse problem. So using the inverse, using this kind of inverse problem solving process, we developed the read field matrix. This read field matrix make the 19 channel oscillation to this kind of 16,008 pixel level oscillation. And using that oscillation, we can also define the 68 the ROI oscillation. And using this pixel level oscillation, we developed the normative database of the source level oscillation in each frequency band, and also we developed the connectivity in each between among the ROI. So we developed the pixel level activity ROI, pixel level activity normative database, and also the ROI level connectivity normative database in the source area. This is the source level analysis. And this is the example demonstration of the ADHD case, 10 years old ADHD case. This is the Bail comparison of the source level activity using the Bail database. And you can see the deviant area, most deviant area like this. But when we apply the total database, not differentiated by the male and female, this kind of the clear deviation is not so evident in this total database. So using this kind of the sex classified database, we can find more exact deviation in the source level and also in the sensor level. So that's why we developed the sex classified normative database, not just in sensor level and also in the source level. Basically, using this normative database, all the analysis is possible. Basically, actually component information is not we cannot make the component normative database, but the iSyncBrain C basically give us the component information with the dipole source. It is very clinically useful information, not just for the denoising, but also for finding the specific abnormal area. If I have a time, I can show some example of the. This is the case of the component analysis. In this case, component analysis is not developed to the normative database, but component analysis, for example, I would like to briefly describe this component showing the location of this area. The exact area is -20 is the left, the -60 a little bit posterior, jet equal 10 is the above the horizontal plane. Actually, this area, this dipole source is this area, parietal, P3 area. This dipole make the oscillation here and here, but this dipole, blue and red is the dipole activation in two different directions. Actually, dipole source is among this blue and red. this P3 area is very important for the learning and grammar and also math. In these children, all functionalities is the good, but he is very difficult to make the grammar, making a sentence and making a math operation. So he has this kind of slowness. The alpha activity in P3 area is abnormal, and also this theta activity is abnormal in this area. So it is a little bit deviant from our topic today, but this component information is very useful for finding the clinically abnormal area. And component information, we also use the AI denoising and AI denoising. And then we can apply the G-score map and the surface level and the source level like this, and also power spectra and alpha peak activity power ratio. And all this analysis based on the normative database, we can find abnormal area. And also we can give the pre and post comparison and download the CSV and PDF report and the strong group comparison with normative library. And also we developed the AMCI, the amnestic MCI early screening biomarker. So in the iSyncBrain C, you can take you can take advantage of many functionality, and also we have the slow cortical potential. Now we did not develop that, but in the data, we have the data of the slow cortical potential data and the VCPT ELP database, ELP data. Sometimes we can develop these two databases too using our normative health normative data. And I will just briefly add the normative library function on the iSyncBrain C is quite strong. So, for example, I need to go back to the here. In the easy analysis, in the individual normative comparison, and then we have the group analysis here. In the group analysis, I can show you one example of the group analysis. For example, addiction group normative comparison. So once you put the more than 10 subject data of the specific disease group, then the normative library on the cloud make the age and sex matched control group directly. And then this is the alcohol addiction population. If someone upload the 10 alcohol addiction population on the cloud using the group statistics here, in the group statistics, we have many different group statistics. This is the two different independent tests between two groups and normative comparison. In the normative comparison, we automatically recruit the healthy normal population for the specific group. And this is the parity test is the intervention effect for the group. The one-to-one comparison is the before and after comparison for one subject, and ANOVA is the group comparison among the three different groups, and also two group pre and post is the intervention group statistics using the active group and the placebo group. We have the many strong group statistics. Among these group statistics, normative comparison is very strong, I think, because the researcher don't need to collect the health normal control group data. All the health normal control group data can be recruited by our normative library. Once the researcher collect the data of the specific group and upload the data here, then we group one, then we can automatically generate it. The group two data, normative control group data like this, the age is a little bit different, but sex is matched. So using this kind of normative comparison, we can easily find, in this case, alcohol addiction group comparison, the alcohol addiction group showing the lot of beta activity like this in the absolute power and the relative power. And we can see the health group is the blue, the red is the alcohol addiction group. Alcohol addiction group usually show the very small alpha activity in the relative power. And also in the absolute power, they showed a lot of beta activity. We can find this kind of the specific group activity very easily using the normative library function in the iSyncBrain. That's another important feature of the iSyncBrain normative database on the cloud. And finally, I'd like to briefly add the compatible device list of the iSyncBrain normative database. We already matched the various kind of the EEG amplifier in the normative database. And you can see the compatible database like this, compatible EEG amplifier like this. We add the EEG amplifier continuously for exactly measure the normative comparison after applying this kind of the amplifier matching. Amplifier showing this kind of different frequency response. As you can see, there are a lot of difference in the slow frequency and also in the high frequency. Usually the theta, alpha, beta is the same, but some, for example, this kind of gray frequency response a little bit, this is an very old EEG machine, old model, but this EEG device model is showing this kind of flat response, but there is a little bit difference between in this high frequency, sometimes in the low frequency. So we need to calibrate the frequency response of each amplifier with the normative amplifier. So this is the device for the calibrator. This small source generator make the EEG rhythm like this from frequency 1 to 50 in our case. Then we generate the EEG oscillation from this small unit, and then we connect the output. This is the output connector. Using this output, activate the EEG amplifier, and we can calculate this kind of frequency response. This is some example of the device under the test showing this kind of amplitude of each frequency, and this is the source generation amplitude in each frequency. We can find this kind of frequency response like this. In each amplifier having their own frequency response, we need to calibrate before making the normative comparison. This is the EEG calibration process. Finally, I'd like to add the additional iSyncBrain C function for the iSyncWave, iSyncB user. We give the EEG premium summary, HRV premium summary, and the pediatric report. And these three reports we already give already in the service, but the health checkup report is available in the next month. So I will give you the briefly introduce the health checkup report. This is the health checkup report. You can see I'd like to stress of our MCI model is very strong for finding. This is our MCI model already in service for the iSyncBrain user, but this is early screening of the cognitive decline. And then we developed this kind of stress, anxiety, depression model, EEG-based stress, anxiety, depression model, and the EEG speed and attention problem. And using these five different health checkup feature, we can screen more people for the future development of the mental problem. So recently we developed these 3 different model, and attention deficit and EEG speed is basically very well known, the alpha frequency and the theta beta ratio, but we developed 3 different EEG model, the stress, anxiety, and depression. We can, in this case, the red area means the risky of the anxiety and the stress in this case. And this health checkup report will be available in next month. So people using the iSync device, iSyncWave and iSyncMe, take advantage of this health checkup report too. So in this case, the anxiety and stress is the problem. You can see the bad. And this is the EEG summary report for the iSyncBrain user. And EEG premium report for the iSyncBrain user, and also iSyncWave user or iSyncB user. So this is the connectivity measure for the, this is the new feature of the health checkup report. We already having this kind of connectivity feature in the pediatric EEG report. In this case, we also apply this kind of connectivity measure in the adult as well as the child and adolescent. You can see the integrate functional connectivity and longer connectivity, hemispheric connectivity, using the alpha 2 activity, the left and right, and the interhemispheric activity. We can find the connectivity problem here. And in this case, the connectivity is low. We use the T-score here. The T-score is the different version of the G-score. The G-score normal range is -2 to 2, and T-score 30 to 70 is the normal range. Below the 30 is the problem. Above the 70 is the problem. So this is very similar to the G-score, but a little bit different. But using the T-score, we can give the people their point more friendly, like this, using this T-score. And also we define the local connectivity like this, the left frontal and the right frontal, left posterior, right posterior. The local problem can be defined using the local connectivity. So we use the beta frequency band to define this local connectivity. And in the health checkup report, some people having in this case, too low left frontal connectivity, and sometimes too high, over 70 is also problem. So using this health checkup report, and we can early screen the emotional problem for stress, anxiety, and depression. And also the speed and attention is the cognitive domain. So using this health checkup report, we can intervene the risky population more earlier. It is the add-on, it will be add-on functionality for the iSync device user, iSyncWave and iSyncMe in next month. Okay, this is the iSyncBrain normative database, and we can take advantage of this kind of sex classified database. And from this data, we can do the mental health practice more earlier and more personalized. Thank you for your attention today.